Hi guys, it's Carissa. It's been a while since I've done a video, but I just got Scott Barnes' new book about face, the one with J.Lo on the cover, and he talks a lot about contouring and highlighting the face, which I think is something a lot of people talk about as makeup artists, but I'm trying to figure out how I can make it so this translates to what real women would do. Maybe even not on a daily basis, but for a special event, for photography, for a wedding, and so on. It's also a great trick if you've got a foundation that's too dark for you, if you have a foundation that's too light for you. What do you do with it? You don't want to throw it away. This might be a great trick. So I'm going to show you sort of my version on how to do it, how to place it on the skin, most importantly how to blend it into the skin, and then the look that you're going to see after. So first I would start by kind of getting your hair back because you're going to do the entire frame of your face, so you just want to make sure that everything's in plain sight. And what I'm going to use today is my palette from 3 Custom Color Specialists. But again, you can just use your regular foundations, regular concealers, something that's darker than your skin, something that's lighter than your skin, and a cream base is going to be just fine. I just like this because it's going to give me a variety of color, and as a makeup artist, it's something that I use a lot. So I'm going to apply it using my $1 e.l.f. foundation brush that I love. e.l.f. Eyes, Lips, and Face. They have a website. It might be $2 at the very most, but it's super inexpensive. It's a great tack-on brush. Tack-on is going to be the fibrous brush that is usually this kind of orangey color, and that's what you want to use when you're applying anything that's cream-based. So for my skin, I need something that's darker, so I'm going to sort of mix between these 2 deeper colors, and I'm just going to frame the outside of my face just like so. And you want to do it in a way to where it does look harsh and it does look like something that you wouldn't normally do. And what this is going to do is just what I said. It's going to frame your face. It's going to bring the center of your face into focus, the part that you want in focus. And he also slims down the bridge of the nose, which I can especially use. So you just kind of draw the outside of the nose right there and blend the darker color going down, just like that. So he uses light and dark the way artists use light and dark, the way light and dark should be used. So the darker colors recess anything that you don't want to see, and the lighter color brings forward. So he's just playing with light and dark on the face. See if you can see that. I leave the center of the nose, center of the face, that's all left open. So I'm going to take some more. I'm just going to put it right here next to the mouth, and then I'm going to bring it up under the cheekbones. A very important piece of this to highlight the cheekbones, to make them look higher, make them look more lifted, and I go all the way up almost to the hairline, bringing the color down. So the most important part that I'm going to show you is the blending part, because this looks crazy. It's supposed to look crazy. It's not supposed to match the face. It's supposed to look darker. That way when you get your foundation on top of it, you can just see the subtle contours of the face. So that's all I'm going to do for my face with the darkening. A little bit around. So you can see I've framed out my face, brought out my cheekbones, sucked this part in. That's going to make your cheekbones more pronounced. And then I'm going to take a much, much lighter shade. And I'm going to do it in between the eyes. I'm going to run it down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to do it on my chin. And then I'm going to do it all underneath my eyes, bringing that color down almost into my cheekbones. You want to keep this area bare. You're going to fill that in with your foundation, you're going to fill it in with your cheek color, so you really don't need it. And the great thing about this is you can be messy. It's not a specific thing, and you know, when you get the color approximately where it needs to be, it's going to work for you. Alright, so we've laid out the groundwork, and I look like a crazy person. So let's get it all even again. I'm using my Kett Hydro Foundation. This color is 03. I'm just going to take it on the back of my hand, pretty generous amount. So I'm just taking that, working it into the brush, and this is going to be my regular foundation. So I'm going to work all of these colors together with my regular foundation, and I'm going to blend it all together. And that way, when it's blended all together, I'm still going to have traces of the darker and lighter color underneath, but it's just going to bring my face back together. So you can see it's already coming together, and everything doesn't, it will stay put, but it doesn't have to be exactly. It's pretty easy to see it come together. Then start on the cheek, blending, blending, blending. Circular strokes. I can take the sponge and press it in the contours of the face, around the eyes, around the nose, any place where foundation tends to settle. Just make sure it's blended in around the frame of the face. So you can't see any hard lines anymore. And again, this is going to be beautiful in photographs. You can do something like this for your wedding, if you're taking photographs, if you're, you know, have a night out. This is great too if you have a fuller face, because you can contour it and add cheekbones, add life to your face, where maybe you don't naturally have those curves to your face. That's it. I used a foundation that's going to give me a little bit more color to the face. So in order to match that, I mean, you can see my neck and everything else below doesn't have that color to it. So I'm going to add a little bit of Scott Barnes Body Bling. I've added a little of the Body Bling to my neck area. You can also just bring your foundation down a little bit on your neck when you're using this much foundation, when you're using a full face of foundation. I like a look for every day where you just kind of use some in the center of your face for redness, but this is definitely a look. So if you're a full face of foundation kind of girl, bring it down to your neck because you will be able to see a difference. You can even mix a little bit of your foundation with some moisturizer so it isn't as heavy, but just make sure you have some color, bronzer, foundation, whatever it is, tinted moisturizer, some color on your neck so it's not this harsh stop of color. So again, I use Scott Barnes Body Bling. It comes in a gold, this is the original, and then there's a platinum. The platinum I'm not a huge fan of, it kind of made me look like the Tin Man, but if it works for you, that's great. I like this one better though. So I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight to the face. I'm going to use Laura Mercier Candlelight Mineral Illuminating Powder. Comes in a huge tub like this. And then this is just a little brush from Smashbox that I really like for highlighting on the cheekbones. I put a little bit in the cap, press it into the brush, shake it off a little bit. You just want to dust it right there on the cheekbones, going up to the temples. You don't want a ton, you just want the light to catch that area and to be able and really have it stand out. Now make sure if you do have some fine lines, which I do, which we all do, you don't want to get too terribly close to this area, just above your cheekbone and follow it up. You don't want it to settle, you don't want it to highlight anything that you don't want to highlight in the face. So just a little bit of that. You can do a touch on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin, highlight up here. This is a really pretty color. I like highlighting the brow bone a little bit. A little bit goes a really long way. It's a great product. And then I'm going to just do my cheeks. This is Smashbox. This was from their last fall's Regal collection. This is with a Jane Iredale powder brush. Nice big fluffy brush on the cheekbones. Color. So what you want to do is just line your lips, fill in around the corners of your mouth. So what that's going to do is leave the center of your mouth to really pop. And I'm going to use my favorite gloss that I use for every day. This is Jane Iredale Soft Peach. Really pretty nude color. Blend it all together. Tell where the liner is the darkest, you just see the center of the lips pop out a little bit more. It's the same thing that you did with your face. So contouring, highlighting, you shouldn't see where the color begins, you shouldn't see where the color ends. It's just a little help for your cheekbones to come out, for the best features of your face to come out. You don't want to see it on the face, but it's under there. You can just sort of, you can see the face come more alive. It's more of a dynamic look. It's a trick that makeup artists use. It's something you can use with your foundation you don't use any longer. So have fun with makeup, be brave, play. It's fun. Thanks for watching.